There you go. Look at that face.
It's so cute.
Hi. So this is Jody Schloss's horse, Inspector Rebus. Hi. Don't get me dirty. I have a white shirt on. So this is her mount for the 2012 Paralympics. And she will be showing him in the CPEDI, the International Para Competition, this week. Absolutely. Jody is a grade 1A, so she only competes at the walk, and which means that I have a lot of work on my part to keep the horse fit, mentally happy. You know, Rebus does all of the pre-St. George, so it's important to his mental well-being that he also gets a chance to, you know, do those things, and he enjoys working as well. So I get an opportunity to warm up the horse prior to her riding, and at the horse shows we kind of put him on the lunge in the morning to see how frisky he is, and then I'll ride him and warm him up for her, and then she does her warm up. I mean, it's the same principles, of course, you know, it's the same riding, but the biggest thing is the adaptations that you make. I mean, para riders are all different. You know, everybody has a different limitation or different skills, and it's trying to find adaptive tack. You know, you add things that make it, you know, easier for them, or so that they're able to do things. Some people have no use of their legs, and then they train the horses to use whips as their legs. You know, Jody can't adjust the length of her reins very well, so she has reins with loops on them. So for the free walk, of course, you know, she can't lengthen out her reins. So we've taught Rebus and her to lean forward. You know, she has to lean forward and almost lie on the horse's neck to do a free walk. So that took a little while for Rebus to get used to, because most horses go, well, you're falling off, and they put their head up to catch you. So for Rebus to trust that, okay, when I lean forward, I can put my nose in the ground. Yeah, so it's all those things. You know, Jody has one weaker side than the other, and to make the horse straight, even if Jody's balance is not so good. And yeah, it's always adjusting, and it changes every day. I mean, there's something that, you know, she develops as a rider too. Things get better, and she rides better. She's progressed so much in the time she's been with me, even since London, you know, going in now, training for the next Paralympics. It's really exciting. Horses with really good temperaments is the number one. They have to be willing to work with a para athlete. I mean, we've in the process of horse shopping actually for a new horse, and in our adventures horse shopping, there's been some that I've sat her on and then said, okay, get off now. We didn't even walk around once around the ring, because I could tell when I'm leading the horse just goes, I'm not comfortable with this. Jody has some issues, you know, with her balance, and some horses, when that sway, you know, they just get really nervous and they say, I'm going to bolt, I can't do this. And I say, okay, let's stop and get off. And then there's other horses that, you know, will slow down. You know, when the rider gets a little bit swaying, they slow down and kind of step underneath their weight. And that's what you're looking for. A horse that goes, okay, are we okay here? You know, and it takes the horse a little while to realize, okay, this is what she does, but I still have to walk forward. And, yeah, just a horse, and it's unbelievable. Rebus with me can be crazy. You know, he's not like a really lazy horse. He has a lot of energy. You know, he gallops on the trail, and, you know, he can buck on me and bolt on me sometimes schooling. But it's good that he does it with me. He shows that he has a lot of pep. And then Jody gets on and he wouldn't dare, you know. He's like, oh, mom's on. I know I have to take care of her, and this is my job now, and behave himself. It's amazing to watch, actually. The thing with para is there's lots of different grades, of course. So the riders have different abilities, and, you know, grade 4s have horses that are, you know, more internationally pre-St. George I1 level. Oh, hello. You wanted to visit again. And the 1As, like I said, competing just at the walk, they need a really amazing quality walk, you know, super regular, super over track, swinging back, and to be able to stay in a very established, you know, self-carriage and outline is one of the biggest features. And I don't know if you know, Jody's horse is a little bit chunkier. And we also look for her disability. The wider the horse, the better center of balance. So she has better balance. She rides on a narrow horse, and she kind of timbers side to side a little bit. She has a sway, you know, so the bigger horse, the more balance. It's kind of how I got into horses. I was a volunteer at a therapeutic riding program. So I've worked with para-equestrian athletes, or even therapeutic athletes. I'm a certified therapeutic riding coach, and through the Canadian Therapeutic Riding Association, CANTRA. And so I volunteered for years as a developing rider at a therapeutic program. I trained all the little ponies that they use in the program. I taught. And out of that program, I developed a competitive program. And that's kind of how I got into the competitive atmosphere of it as I was developing as a competitive athlete. And so I kind of have a little bit of a niche, I think, you know what I mean, with my experience. I know a lot of, you know, a trained dressage rider and dressage coach like Jody works with Julie Watchorn in the summers because I stay down here now. Normally I would go back and forth, but she's training with Julie Watchorn, so that's working out very well as well. You know, I kind of keep an eye on them. They send me videos, or Julie calls me and she goes, "This is not working, what do I do?" And we just kind of discuss it through on the phone. So, you know, there is definitely a benefit of working with someone with my experience, because I've, you know, had to deal with lots of adaptive equipment and thinking outside the box. You know, what are we going to make so that the person's leg can stay on the horse and all these things. But, you know, I encourage a lot of dressage trainers, you know, to get into para-equestrian and coach para-equestrian riders, because you'd be surprised at the ability that these riders, you know, can establish. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's really changed. I mean, you know, especially as a junior coming up, you know, you go in the ring and you maybe not have a good ride or things like that, and you miss your changes and miss whatever, and then you go see a para rider riding with one leg, doing lines of 4-time changes and going, well, I guess I just got to pull it together and do it because I have no excuses anymore, you know, and that's the same thing. I mean, Jody goes in those big international rings competing internationally in Europe and at the Paralympics, and, you know, that stress, and goes in and just does it, and you're going, okay, well, I have nothing to be nervous about because I've coached her there, and now I'm going to go do it. It's amazing the people I get to work with para. We use a lot of like hippotherapy, physiotherapists, you know, all this stuff that Jody works. She works with an eye doctor with her sight, and it's really educational to actually see them work with Jody and then realize, oh, I do that too. Maybe I could do the same thing and help my riding. So I've done a lot of work now myself with a personal trainer who's also a physiotherapist. I did a lot of that stuff, and just realized that, you know, just to get on and ride every day is, of course, great. The more horses you get to ride, the better. But to also work on yourself and work on the riding off the horse is just as important. That's it. And half up the right rein so he slows down if it's getting a little too quick. Good. And relax your hands again. Yeah, that's okay. No worries. And free walk. Now do this conservatively. Make sure he doesn't go too quick. That's it. Think about the straightness, and the stride stays under control. Relaxation each step. Make sure he's looking at you. Yeah. Listening to you. Good. And sit up. Sit straight. Find your corner. So there you got distracted. So if you got distracted, what do you think he's going to do? You look to the other ring. What do you think he's going to do? Good there. That's a good walk. Really good walk. So try to just enjoy that feeling in your body, okay? That relaxation feeling and that flow of that walk. Good. Half 10-meter circle. Turn. There. And left leg keeps it straight. Easy. Half halt. Slowing down before the halt so you don't crash into it. Perfect. It's really square there, though. Prepare the halt. And good. Very square there. Oh, it's almost, he's just not standing on the right hind leg, but you're square. All right, and when you're ready, walk on. Good. Get your tempo back. Just because he might be a little bit chipper doesn't mean you can ride slow. The key is that you have to be able to ride through it. He has to allow you to push him forward. And track right. Plan where you're going. Think of making the supplements. You're going to bend him for the court. That's it. Spelling, not holding. All the way down to me, to B. Keep the right flexion. Right hip in. Yeah. Relax the outside rein a little bit so he can bend right. And 8-meter circle. Walk, turn, walk, turn, walk, turn. Don't walk your hands down. Turn, walk, turn. Well done. Good job. Very good. And straighten his feet. Walk. 1, 2. Too slow. Yeah, but then don't attack him. Try to find the in-between, the relaxation of the step. So it travels more forward than bouncing up and down. Try to stretch the steps out. Feel like in your test, right, where you did the free walk and he relaxed and you relaxed, so then you both could get a good walk after. Feel that relaxation like you might do a free walk. Find that wall. That's better. See, there's the relaxation. Where's that? Huh? That's better. See if you can still push it out a little bit more. Now just turn his head to the right. And relaxation. Relax, relax, relax. You've made an 8 and you've held it too long. That's why it gets tense. That's it. Find the relaxation again. Find it. You can't ride the half 20 meter in circle in here very accurately because it's too long. Okay? That's it. Relax. Good. One circle at B, 8 meters or wherever you're ready. Okay. 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 Go large. Go large. Go large. Just go large. Because I don't like how you got him back to the rail. You're riding with your hands. You could have bent him right and leg goes back to the rail. Right? That's it. Find your corner. Come to the inside for me. Inside track. He's falling against the leg. Halt, 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 halt. Good, and a halt tradition. Straight neck. Good. And relax. When he's halted, you have to relax. It's all right, and walk on again. Keep your attention. You want him to keep his attention, you keep your attention. Your right hand, hands up. Right hand up. Good. Straighten. Can you bend right? And relax. Good. And can you bend right? And relax. And cross the ring. With your legs, not your hands. Your hands are not a steering aid, they're a bending aid. Your legs are your steering aid. Keep your right leg on so it doesn't fall. So your legs have to be closer to the horse all the time. That's better. This is getting better. This is getting better. Good. And hold. Good. And walk on.